All right, Jeremy. So, how can home care agencies increase conversion and optimization for their websites?
That is another great question. And I do appreciate you asking that. I talk at events and conferences about telling your story and what sets you apart from all the other home care agencies. Nick, during the pandemic, a lot of people decided not to put their family members into, assisted living nursing homes. And so what happened is a lot of people saw money in the home care space. So home care agencies just started popping up right and left, and they still are, right? And so it's becoming more and more crowded. And at the end of the day, when a lead eventually does end up on your website, however that is, whether it's through SEO with Google or Facebook, it doesn't matter where the traffic comes from. But when that traffic hits your site, there's a process. Let's say there's 100 hits or 1,000 hits coming to your site. Well, if your conversion rate is only 3.5% or 5%, an average website in any niche is 2.5% to 5%, somewhere in there. And an average website is 3%. So let's say your conversion rate on 1,000 hits is only 3%. That's not a lot. So conversion rate optimization is the process of really optimizing your conversion rate so that way when somebody does go to your website, they convert into a lead. It's not an easy process, but what we recommend and what we do for our clients is we have them tell a story. We set us up to guide the person that's visiting the website to solve their problem. We aren't tooting our own horn. What we are doing on the website is showing them that we are the experts and we are the guide to guide them through the process, right? And while we're doing that, we're also telling our story, because when somebody's coming to a home care website, they want to know, why should I choose this home care agency versus the 50 other ones that's on Google that also have 5 stars, right? Sure, one might have 100 reviews and another one might only have 20, but they're both 5 stars. So what sets them apart, right? Well, that comes down to what's said on the website. And one big mistake, and so if you're a home care agency owner and you're doing this, don't do this, is welcome to my website. Don't say welcome to my website. That is the worst thing that you can say. And then they go to another home care agency and it says the same dang thing. Welcome to our website. Well, how do I make a choice now? How does that help me, right? So one thing that you can do, if you've been in business for 10 years, if you've been in business for 20 years, one thing that you can do is you can say, in business for over 20 years, serving the Chicago, Illinois area, trusted by hundreds or thousands of families over that lifespan. You can take, your total clients over that, trusted by thousands of families for over 2 decades. Not a lot of home care agencies can make that type of statement, and that is a differentiator. So that's one way. There's a lot of other ways that we can do that, but that's one thing that I recommend to help alleviate and get those conversions higher, right? Because if you're just relying on that average 3%, it's not enough.
Amazing. What's a second thing that they can do to increase the conversions on their website? And I love that. Having a headliner, right? I talk about leveraging hooks all the time. It's like the first thing that somebody sees is got to be your masterpiece. It's like, how are we pulling them in? So like, that's amazing. So what's a second thing that they can do?
Video. And this isn't necessarily plugged, but it's true. It's true. Okay. So they did study, lots of different organizations have done studies, and they've looked at people visiting websites, right? And some of these companies are people that big organizations they have analytic software that collect data, what the person's actually clicking, or we might know it as an average everyday user, heat maps, right? We've heard of heat maps, maybe. What is people clicking on my website? So a lot of these analytic companies have studied user behavior, and actually time on page is increased when there is a video on the website. Having a video on a website increases your time on page. But here's the psychological kicker, okay? Get this. When you get a user to invest more than 30 seconds to stay on your website and not click and go back out to Google, they psychologically are now willing to invest another 20 to 30 seconds and stay on your website to investigate more if it's a right fit for them. So when they see a video that's about 40 to 60 seconds long and they click on it, it makes your website, it's a term in the website industry called sticky, a sticky website. And so that makes them, lowers your bounce rate, so they stay on your website longer, and it makes your website sticky, and you get higher conversion rates from that.
Amazing. I love that. So important. And look, hey, you don't have to use me or Jeremy, and that's the goal here. But you do need to be using SEO. You do need to increase your conversions on your website. You do need to be using video. All these things, you got to do it. Find somebody. We're here to help, but these things got to be done. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Excellent.
If you would like to learn more about optimizing your home care agency website on Google using SEO to get at the top of the search engine so you can get, clients picking up the phone, calling you, caregivers picking up the phone and calling you, or if you'd like to get some automation built out so you can have some automated processes, automatically follow up with caregivers, follow up with clients, that helps you close more deals without lifting a finger. Go ahead and go to our website, growhomecaremarketing.com. Again, that's growhomecaremarketing.com.